So my name is Fajar. I'm the CTO and co-founder of HappyFresh. So HappyFresh, we help our customer get their grocery online. So weekly grocery, we are focusing on weekly grocery. And what I do is I lead tech, data, and product. So my day-to-day is basically managing how we run the system and also how we run the data. So analyzing the data, getting insight from the data, and all those kind of stuff to really understand what the customer wants. So the way that I look at things is there are two ways to look at data. One is from cumulative, right? And one is quantitative, right? And this data needs to be looked at together to get the full picture of what the customer wants. So one of the challenges that we had, why we ended up coming to MoEngage, was scale. So when I think this happened last year when we, as you know, right, during COVID, everything picks out, especially in data, right? And from system point of view, we can sustain the peak, but from cost perspective, it becomes unmanageable from the current platform that we have. Therefore, we started to look at alternative who offer everything that we need, and then with much more cost efficient, and we found MoEngage, which exactly solve what we really need. So one of the things that we use, so we integrate our promotion with MoEngage card, right? So all our promotion are driven by MoEngage card, and this is how our customer interact with MoEngage. So that's one of the things that we deeply integrate with the platform. And another thing that I like the most is the ability to reach the customer on which channel and then also on when, right? Because different customer respond to our communication differently, and we can create a segmentation based on when and also what channel they respond, and then use that channel to kind of communicate with them. I can give you example, like for example, we send email first, and then after email we can fall back to WhatsApp and then SMS, and all of this we can use the orchestration using MoEngage, which is quite handy. I think this is what we all believe, right? So if you can understand what your customer is, you can understand what they want, you begin closer to customer by speaking to them, by understanding data. That's where you can offer a very relevant service to them, right? Without understanding what they want, it's going to be very hard, right? So this is getting back to what I just said in the beginning. You have to look at the quantitative data and also the qualitative data, right? And then merge them together to really understand the customer. And I cannot really give number in terms of what if we don't look at this, but I know for sure that this is how we can be successful servicing our customer. So I like I don't play sport. I used to play sport, but not anymore. So in terms of like to watch, I like watching football, college football. Okay. Yes, so I support the college that I went to, Ohio State. Maybe in the football setting, right? I can imagine MoEngage as a quarterback, which is orchestrating all the offense, right? So this is a platform who can orchestrate all the customer engagement, interaction, right? Like I said earlier, you can connect via email. This customer we need to connect via SMS. This customer we need to connect via push. And then also there is an intelligence inside it, right? When to send the message. So this is the orchestration of the customer engagement is what the quarterback is in football. And I think that's MoEngage. I think the first thing that I told, I think, Bang Roy and also Saurabh, I think this is a great event. Looking at the attendees, I think it's 500 plus, right? It's a big event. I think it's very insightful. A lot of insightful from the panelists. I think it's good for the community. It's also good for anyone who just started to kind of learn what the customer engagement is, what customer interaction is. I think this is a good event where everyone can learn from one another. Yes, I like food. I'm not a big sport player, but I like food. I don't have favorite dish, so I love Japanese food. I love Indonesian, of course. I love Indian food. I think those three plus Korean are my top four cuisine. And the last question always the toughest. So, what data analytics in terms of food, right? I think the way that I look at food is to understand the culture of where that food coming from, right? For me to understand the culture of, I don't know, India or Japan or Korea is by eating what they eat. And I think that what data and analytic is, where to understand what your customer is, you need to understand what data is telling you.